Welcome back, everyone. Time to talk women's basketball with us, head coach Tracey Dorow. And Coach, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Rob.
Bulldogs played a couple home games this past week to wrap up a 5-game homestand and against two of the top teams in the GLIAC South Division, a 56-53 win over Lake Erie on Thursday, and then a tough loss on Saturday against maybe one of the best teams right now in the country in Ashland University.
Yeah, you know, Thursday was a tough game, and we had to play our starters a lot of minutes on Thursday and pull out a close one. Lake Erie just hung in there, hung around, and it made it a tough game for us. We actually lost the lead and had to come back and win. And Ashland, they're ranked 5th in the country for a reason. They're a really good team, and they didn't make mistakes. And we made a few mistakes that we think that we can fix, and hopefully we'll get to face them again.
Have some highlights of Saturday's game against Ashland, and maybe one of the biggest games some of your kids have played in here in their collegiate careers, at least for a regular season game, number 5 Ashland against number 25 Ferris.
Oh, well, for sure. I mean, you know, it was every GLIAC game is big, but, you know, being 2 ranked teams, and this is the first time we've been ranked in forever, you know, we were out there, I think we were ready to play. We just made a few defensive errors, and then offensively we didn't get the ball to Big Chris enough. You know, look at what she can do down there, and when we got her the ball, she did good things. You know, she defended very, very well. When she wasn't on the floor, there was a big hole in the middle, and 44 pretty much went off anytime Chris wasn't in.
Carrie Doherty for Ashland, number 44, one of the top players in the country right now. And Jenna Stutzman had a good game, but your kids battled back, and it was a close ball game down the stretch.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you can see her 44 could shoot the ball from out, and we didn't do a very good job of finding her. You know, when she had the ball, we left her there on the last one, and then we didn't do a good job of finding her. Sometimes we would just try to double down on other post players, and that wasn't part of the game plan. So, you know, those are things that we just have to fix, but those are very fixable mistakes. And they did a great job of capitalizing on our mistakes. You know, number 10, Stutzman went behind screens and scored a couple easy ones, and there's a good move, and we were supposed to double down on that one, and we didn't. So, you know, those are fixable errors, but Ashland's a real good team, and like I said, they capitalized on every mistake we made.
Got some good production off the bench. We saw Kylie Muntz hit a 3, Ashley Rando hit a couple 3s, and Lindsay Pettit with a basket, and your bench play's been strong all season.
It's been good. You know, I thought Kylie didn't play very well on Thursday, and she just showed up for this game ready to go, and we needed her to. You know, Trisha struggled shooting from the floor. She didn't get great looks, and she forced a couple, but she also missed a couple layups late that I was surprised at. You know, but Kylie stepped in there. Kelsey Denoyles hit a 3 here late and got us back into the game, and you know, we executed very well down the stretch, and the crowd got into it, and that made it really exciting.
How important has that crowd been here at home? Had some great support from other Ferris State teams.
It was huge. You know, I don't ever hear them. I mean, almost never hear them, and I could hear them in this game yelling defense when we needed stops, and you know, really, you know, yelling at our players and trying to get us going. And you know, it's huge. I think the athletes do a great job of coming out and supporting us, but you know, the community has done an exceptional job of being there night in and night out.
What do you take away from this game, as you mentioned, perhaps maybe a chance to face Ashland 1 or 2 more times this season?
We, you know, got a bitter taste in our mouths right now. I think that we gained a ton of experience, though, against one of the top-ranked teams in the country, and I think, you know, we know now what it's going to take to beat them. That doesn't make it easy. You know, it's never going to be easy beating a good team, but at least we know now, and maybe we won't be as nervous next time, and maybe we'll be able to just adjust those minor things so that we can hopefully face them in the GLIAC tournament. But we're a long ways from there. I mean, we got a lot of games, 4 games left in the regular season, plus the quarters before we'd even think about going back to Ashland.
You mentioned 4 games left here in the regular season, 3 of them on the road, and against some very good teams starting this week at Wayne State on Thursday and at Findlay on Saturday. And talk about these 2 matchups this week and what you expect going into this trip.
I think Wayne State and Findlay are both fighting for spots in that GLIAC tournament. They're both playing pretty well. You know, I think they've dropped some games that they don't think they should have, and then they've won some big games. You know, they're a tough matchup for us, you know, and they've got some good players, and we have to go in there ready. I know Wayne State's big and strong, and we have some physical players as well, so that could be a good matchup for kids like Katie Fox, Hannah Hoffman, and Christina Branch. You know, it might be a little tougher matchup for Lindsay Pettit, Ashley Rando, and Nikki Arner. So, I mean, Wayne State's going to be a different team to play. And then Findlay, they're real good on the perimeter, real quick, good shooters. They have some size, and we've struggled with them the last couple of years, so we have to be ready to play when we go to Findlay. You've
got a 2-game lead in the GLIAC North Division with 4 games left here in the regular season. What does it take from here on out to finish off the regular season to be able to win the school's 2nd GLIAC championship?
You know, we're going to have to win 2 or 3. I mean, you know, Michigan Tech's not letting up, and, you know, they're fighting for their spot as well. So we're going to have to go out there and take 1 game at a time and, you know, just once we take care of business on the first day, then we got to take care of business the next day, and if we don't, then we have to refocus and make sure that we're ready to move forward. But ideally, we talked about this at the beginning of the year, we're still moving up, we're still getting better, and we need to peak in March. We need to peak at the beginning of March so that we're ready and we can continue on in the tournament.
How exciting has the success been that you've had this season for some of your kids? You were picked a little bit lower in the preseason poll, but they've certainly proved the doubters wrong all season.
We didn't earn the position at the beginning of the season, and we've struggled the last couple of years. We didn't win games we should have, and we lost a lot of games. So, we didn't earn that position. So, 5th in the North, that was where we belonged. But I think our kids just went out there and went into each game one at a time, and they've done their job of just taking one game at a time. I feel like they have a little pressure on them now because obviously the bullseye's on our back, and they're not used to that. Tricia Principe, Lindsay Pettit, Kelsey Denoyles have done a great job of leading this team and turning us around and preparing us for better things. So I think they're nervous, but I think they're excited and they're enjoying every minute.
What have been some of the keys to success for you this year? Obviously, you added a couple new faces and some young freshmen that have played, but what have been the biggest differences maybe from last year or this year?
We have some size. We're not starting all 5'9" lineup. They joke about that all the time, that it was 5'9" all last year. The size and the strength. Jenny and Jeff Mossel have done an exceptional job as far as the strength and conditioning workouts, and the kids feel very confident in how strong they are when they're on the floor. They're not getting pushed around anymore. We have some size inside. We're getting the ball inside. We're playing together a lot better. I think that this group really doesn't care who gets the credit. They play together. Kurt Westendorp, he's a big factor. He's newer. He was new last year, and he's implemented some very, very good things for our offense and defensively. He's got a ton of passion, and he's just demanded the best out of them, and our kids have responded. So it's exciting to have that youth and that energy and that passion coming in, and it's helped me as far as just refocusing and expecting the best out of our players.
You just had a 5-game homestand. Seems like you've been at home for a long time. What does it take to carry that play over onto the road here as you play 3 of your Final Four on the road?
I think our kids like to play on the road. I know we've talked about this before, but I think they enjoy being on the road. They stress out about school because they want to do well in the classroom, but at the same time, when we're on the road, they do their homework for the couple hours that we have for study table, and then they focus on the game. And at home, sometimes they're running around trying to get things in order. And on the road, we can really just sit back, focus solely on Wayne State, focus solely on Findlay, and hopefully take care of business. As
you look at this Final 4-game stretch, what are some of your goals as you get ready to head into the postseason?
We need to do a better job of getting the ball inside, and I think the kids know that just based on the end of the Ashland game. We started out the second half really pounding it in, and so they talked about we shoot better from the outside when it goes inside out, and we score more when we get the ball in the paint. So those are things that we have to work on. And then as far as goals go defensively, we got to continue to keep other teams' field goal percents down and keep the points down for them, but also push the ball for us and find our stride as far as our conditioning goes, because I feel like our conditioning has been pretty good, but we're going to have to be great. When you go into a tournament and you're playing some back-to-back days, you've got to be great as far as conditioning goes. So hopefully we'll be focusing on those things the next 3 weeks, just finishing strong.
It's got to be exciting at this stage of the season to be playing for quite a bit here this late in the year.
Oh yeah, I mean, these kids haven't done that the last couple of years, so they're thrilled to be able to be in this position. That's why I said they're enjoying every minute. It's always exciting when you're winning. All that hard work that you've put in the off season, all the hard work in the summer, all the dedication, all the sacrifices. They don't go to the beach, they go to the gym. Then they go to the beach if they have time. So I mean, I feel like all those things are starting to reap those benefits, and I think they're excited.
Well, Coach, thanks and congratulations.
Thanks, Rob.
This has been Ferris Sports Update. Thanks for tuning in.